Too low.
Hello.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're going to be able to hear us.
Raise it up a bit. Sure.
Yeah, we're getting some things organized. There we go. Figuring all this stuff out. So used to working off of Facebook and Instagram, but gosh golly, here we are. We're really glad that you're here. If you have been following us, then you have seen our adventures. And recently we did cleaning our crab traps. We live in Florida and we have docks nearby where we can have crab traps. So we catch fresh blue crab. I did a video on cleaning the crab traps, baiting them, and then also a video on how to cook and clean crab because sometimes it can feel kind of intimidating to people. All the shells seems like an awful lot of work. Is it really worth it? It's worth it. So I think I have a great recipe for crab cakes. I threw it together, made it up, and we put it into Devin's cookbook. That's linked in the description. Also, if there's, did you just eat that?
No, I made it.
Oh no, we don't have enough peppers. We also have like any of the stuff that you see, any of the supplies in the kitchen. We also have that linked in the description. So you're able to grab this or grab the recipe right from Devin's cookbook. It's digital, so it's really easy to get. And it also has shopping lists. So very, very simple. Seems a little bit like a lot of work, but most of the work I already did.
Prepped.
I prepped the crab. It's not Devin's job, it's mine. This is about a pound. It's fresh caught. Takes about 8 minutes to cook, and then you just have to take some time to shell them. But if you don't have fresh caught crab, then store-bought is fine. That's our little nod to Martha Stewart. The biggest thing about crab meat, this was shelled just a couple days ago. You can freeze it in the water that it was boiled in a Ziploc bag to keep it from getting too dry. Dry crab is not good. It's disgusting. Gets real chewy. So this was in a bag of water, and then I put it into the refrigerator. So the most important thing with crab cakes is there's a lot of moisture. So you're gonna want to pull that out. Just squeeze it. I put it into a strainer. The sink's very dirty. Make sure you get a ton of the water out because you don't want just wet patties.
Hopefully you guys can hear us too. Our microphone, we plugged it in. We're doing this from our computer. And our microphone that we plugged in and then had our microphones on, it wasn't registering it. So hopefully you guys can hear us. If you can,
if somebody
watching, just comment and say if you can hear us or not.
Yeah, let us
see like a little bar at the bottom. It shows.
It shows that it's really low. So we're trying to talk really loud. We're figuring this all out. So thank you for your patience. It's very easy to mix all this stuff together. So you take your crab that's been strained, one orange pepper. You could use any color. It's just fun. It doesn't have to be orange or green pepper, but I like the color. Tony. Hey, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, she can hear us.
Okay,
great.
Good.
And then I've got a celery stalk, finely diced. You can put more in. So the great thing about recipes is this doesn't have to be perfect. I got that 2 big cloves of garlic. You can use more or less. There's no rules except whatever your taste buds tell you. About 1/3 of an onion. This is going to make maybe 4 or 5 different crab cakes. So we got that in there.
This is a yellow onion?
Right? Yes. Yeah, you could use a white onion. If you want to add a little bit of a different sweetness, you could put in a Vidalia onion. Not my jam. Also, side note, make sure you're washing your fruits and veggies. Be sure that you are cleaning them really well. I have something put into the link. We use Young Living's veggie and fruit and veggie soak, and you just soak it for a few minutes. Enzymes and essential oils, it cleans everything off, and then you're good to go. So as far as seasoning, Italian seasoning, I usually just go by eye. There is a recipe, so if you want that, because you have to follow the directions, go for it. A little paprika. Again, you can use smoked paprika if you wanted a little bit of a flavor.
I love smoked paprika. Hey, Wendy. She said she can hear us too. Good.
Hey, Wendy. Cayenne. Again, I used to work with a harbor seal named Cayenne. Cayenne pepper. She was spicy too. She had a little attitude.
That's a good name.
Yeah, right. So again, you can omit this if you don't want spicy stuff. I find that it works really, really well in crab cakes. We'll also do, which we're not going to set up tonight, but we will do a great dipping sauce, Greek yogurt or sour cream, and then Frank's Red Hot. And you're good. Pepper.
Tony, yep, these are the same crab cakes in my digital cookbook.
Yes. So good. Pepper to taste. We're big fans of spice here. And then salt, and we like to use coarse salt or a little sea salt.
Kosher.
Get that in there. My mom's really funny because my mom's like, it's seafood. It was in the ocean. It doesn't need salt. No, Mom. I love you. That's not how that works. And then stuff's going to have to get bound together. So you've got 3 eggs. Those can go right in. It's almost like crab meatloaf if you think about it.
Oh, that's true.
Actually, we should do that at some point. Just a big crab meatloaf. And then panko. Like panko, it has a better taste. There's just more flavor to it. This one happens to be Italian seasoning. You could do plain, entirely up to you. Very simple.
How much was that?
That was about a cup. So another reason why you want to squeeze the water out is if you don't, you're going to need more and more breadcrumbs, and that's just going to be filler. If you can give yourself or guests actual lots of crab meat in these, it's so much better. I'm going to take my ring off because I'm about to make some crab cakes. We have some extra panko, so we'll take a look and see where it's at, and then if it seems a little too wet, I might add just a little bit more. Just get in there. This is all fun if you have kids or adult kids. You want to play? No.
Want me to turn the oven?
The stove. Sure. On the stove, we've got kind of a deep frying pan and just olive oil. We stick with olive oil. We don't use seed oils. We don't want any of that. And this, I can already tell it still, now that I'm pushing down on it, some of the veggies are letting out some water.
Do you need some more panko?
I would say maybe just a little bit more. And again, that's going to vary. I did strain out the crab, but you also have the vegetables in there and they'll sweat a little bit of water, especially after they're cut. This isn't too bad.
Where did the, oh, they're over there.
Oh, it's right there. We have stuff all over the kitchen right now. So a side note for anybody who happens to be low carb or keto, I'm going to sneeze from these spices. You can, instead of breadcrumbs, you can crush up pork rinds. And you could always do that, and that would be more of a keto low carb version. Yeah, just a little.
Stay playing.
Not too much more. Just enough to get it going. And these make some big crab cakes. You have the option, you can cook them, which will show you what that looks like. But you can also, as you make the crab cakes, you could wrap them in plastic wrap or put them in a Tupperware and put them in the freezer if you want. So these are going to have, I can tell there's a little bit of water in them. So I'm just going to squeeze it out. Do we have an empty bowl? I want to show them. And it's not really going to take away from the spices and all of that. I've made this recipe a number of times, and just squeezing out any extra water kind of near the end. Again, keeping the breadcrumbs low, but you can just press.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see some of that extra water coming out. I could have squeezed like the peppers and stuff, but it's just as easy to do it like this once it's all mixed together. And that's just removing a little bit of that extra moisture, and then flatten it down. Don't flatten it too hard or it'll start to split on the ends and the whole patty might split. Keep it a little bit round. We're going to deal with that when it's in the pan. All right.
So we always say these are like crab burgers because they're so big. When we go to restaurants, we don't even order crab cakes anymore because they don't hold a candle to these, and they're also really tiny.
Yeah,
and
these
expensive.
are not. These are not. And it's great because they're awesome to have like ready to go for any of your guests. It's always a nice treat, but it's kind of fun to have crab for yourself too. So. All right, there we go. Yeah, you can see all that extra water. Not terrible, but getting there. Take a few minutes to make. I think I'm probably going to get 5 out of here. And this is a full meal. Like if you had this and like a good salad, then you're good to go. This is a great lunch, a great dinner if you got people over. The other thing, as you're working through, if you have crab that you got from the store, then most likely it's been really cleaned, but it's always good to just double check your crab meat for any little shells. That's always a what's that called when you a job like hazard.
Hazard of the trade.
Hazard of the trade. So yeah, I could wrap these in saran wrap and freeze them. The other thing you can do is you can, and I talked about this in the video I did all about cleaning crab. You can take that crab once you clean it, and you can put it in a bag in some of the water that it was cooked in, and you'll be, I'll actually just make 4, maybe a little one. We'll see. If you're gonna freeze it, you want to cook crab meat before you freeze it. If you freeze it before it's cooked, physics, this is where the science kicks in. The ice crystals that form in the muscle, in the meat of the crab, will actually break down too much. And when you thaw it back out, it will be mush. If you freeze the crab whole, it will be mush. If you don't cook it first, it's not gonna come out right. So be sure you're cooking your crab meat first. Then you can freeze it in the water that you cooked it in a Ziploc bag so it retains its moisture and it doesn't dry out in the freezing process. And then you just pull that out and make crab cakes whenever you want. Or you can pre-make the cakes, freeze them just like this because it's already cooked, except for the outside, right? The crab meat's cooked, so this whole thing will freeze, and then you just throw it in oil when people come over, and you're good to go.
Thank you, Wendy.
Here we go. All right.
Said she likes YouTube better. It's probably like a better experience.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We're starting to grow our YouTube and spend more of our time over here.
All right. We got 4 great crab cake, burgers, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to rinse my hands off. Here we go. Always wash your hands.
Oh, I got paper towels.
Thank you. And we're going to go over and start to cook. The olive oil is getting a little bit of a shimmer. There's about half a cup of olive oil in there, maybe. Seems like it's not a lot, but when you rest these down in the pan, the level of the oil goes up and starts to cook them at the halfway point, and then you'd be able to flip them over. So next up, we're going to head on over here. Devin's gonna move the computer, so bear with me. Hopefully you don't get like seasick or car sick.
We have a webcam, but it wasn't working.
I know, it just wasn't. And we'll need to get like 2 extra cameras and have them like coming from different sides. All right. So the only other thing that I'm gonna have prepared and ready to go is I'm gonna put some paper towels on here. I didn't get to that, so give me one moment
to sop up the oil.
You could just lay it on the, you know how this goes. I wonder if you're able to, you just put it down there and we'll just see what it looks like. We're learning.
Oh, actually, that's okay.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And just slide it back. Yeah. Hey,
there we go.
Look at that. Perfect.
Now I don't have to like give them all motions.
I know, right? I was like, and I can tell that I'll look over and make sure I'm sucking my stomach in.
Oh, Wendy has a good idea. Could you use cheesecloths for squeezing the water out of it? That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, you can do that too. Okay,
hey, Joseph, how are you? Oh, Gail. Hey, Gail.
Hey, everybody. So this is definitely feeling warm enough. I can press this down a little, but it starts to split. So don't worry about that. If you're concerned about the heat, you can always place it on a spatula first. I have 2 spatulas, 1 and then 2. Because when I want to flip them, I'm going to sandwich it between the 2 of them.
If it's not too hot.
Yeah, so we'll just slide this one right in and let that start cooking.
Is that yummy sound?
I know, right? So there's no splashing. It's real gentle. You don't want to drop the crab cake into the pan because it can split. You need the oil to give it some time and lock it all in. There we go. So now that they're in the pan, I can gently press them out. And even if they split a little, I'm not moving them anymore, like lifting them up. So they are more likely to not fall apart. And now one side's going to start to cook and crisp and brown. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit higher. And as it browns on one side, it's going to be more solid. So when you go to flip it, it doesn't fall apart as much. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, it's kind of hard. But the level of grease or the oil is up higher.
Show it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Show you guys inside the.
Yeah, so see the oil kind of came up. You can put a little more if you want, but this works. And we're just going to give it a little bit of time, probably 5 minutes on either side, maybe, depending on how hot it is and how thick your crab cake burgers are. But yeah, I'll turn this up. Oh, I'm getting really that like fresh crustacean smell. So I figured out how to prep crab with my dad when I was growing up. He loved to scuba dive. We lived in Massachusetts. Taught me how to dive, so we would go diving for lobster, and we would catch those. But he didn't eat them. He would catch them all summer, and we would cook them. We would shell them, and then we would store them in the freezer in the water we boiled them in, so it kept the flavor. And at the end of the summer, we would have a big Labor Day party. So all of our relatives would come over. We have a big pool party, and we'd break out all this frozen lobster from the entire summer. Like my dad would go diving, May, he'd start going out. May, June, July, August, so 4 months of every weekend, like bringing home like 4 or 5 lobsters. And we would have all this meat. We throw it in a giant crock pot, warm it up, and we would then have a big bowl of butter. That's the other thing you can do. If you really like butter flavor, if you've got your crab meat ready to go or your lobster meat ready to go, because you could do this with lobster too. If you make lobster patties, invite me. But the nice thing is you can also warm up some butter and then mix it into the water that it gets frozen into. So that all starts to get soaked in to the meat that you have in the freezer. It's perfect. This is doing pretty good. I turned the heat up because it was a little slow, but also everything just came out of the fridge before. So the temperature of the patties going in, it's going to drop the temperature of the oil. It'll take a little bit of time to kind of pop back up. But I'm going to check on the first one, see where it is. Still seems like it's a little loose. Yeah, so I'm going to wait a little longer. Make sure these stay stuck together. Oh, these smell delicious. Again, the sauce that you may have with these is entirely up to you. Some people like to just use like a creamy salad dressing. We'll just do Greek yogurt and hot sauce. It's perfect. It's simple. Tastes great. But this is a full meal. So just a little. We need smell-o-vision. Yum. You smell it? This is so fun. I've never done a cooking video. Hi, everybody. I do really like that cheese cloth idea. I think that's really, really good. So, hey, Ashley, how are you? What's going on? We got 22 people hanging out with us. Thanks. Yeah, this is all new. We're having a good time. We're learning YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's a whole new world, really. There we go. All right. Hopefully these are starting to get close. And then see how I'm sandwiching it? And see that brown?
That does look good.
So now slide it right off. And we'll be good to go. All right, we'll start with the next one. I think was this one. And it's also like if you're cooking, if you ever cook scallops, you kind of want to go in order. So that was number 1, 2, 3, then 4. I kept track of. I think I kept track. I'm going with this one. There we go. The pan's a little crowded.
It's so big.
They are, but they're so good. You might lose a little. It's all right. No one's judging you. If they judge you, then you can make them cook the next ones. There we go. All right, this one next. Oh gosh.
Normally we do like 2 per time, but
Yeah, I tried to speed this up, so you can always slow it down a bit. But if I squeeze it together, I can flip it and keep it together. Oh, look at that one. You're gonna have little bits of pieces that come off, and that's okay.
it's nice because they get really crispy.
I know, and you can just sprinkle them onto your plate. Oh, those look gorgeous. Now I can spread them out a little bit more because this top part's crunchy, so it's not going to crack and break as much as it could have. And now we just give these about 5 minutes on this side. It'll be enough time to cook through. Really, the biggest thing in there that we just need to cook is the egg that was mixed in and a very little bit of panko. That's not going to take very long. These will end up going onto this plate. It'll soak up some of the extra oil. We're good to go. Oh, yeah. He's making sure I have my ring back on, just in case. But this smells delicious. These also stay well for a couple of days. I would say usually seafood the next day is not great, but because of the way these are made, you can have, if you have 4 of them, and it's maybe just 2 of you, you could have 2 and save the next for the next day. Warm them up if you want to. They're great cold. You can even eat them as a sandwich because they're just that big. So they're very, imagine if you're a kid and this is what your parents made and you brought this to school. I would be that kid. So yeah, it doesn't take as long on the other side since the oil's warmed up and half of it's been cooked. So I'm just going to check the first one that I flipped and see what the second side's starting to look like. Oh, this smells amazing. Just a little peek. Oh, it's already browning. So this looks about ready. Take this off. I'm going to flip it just so we can see. Yeah, these are good to go. All right, I'm going to turn off the heat because the oil's still hot. They're going to keep cooking. Just place them around on the paper towel. Oh, these things look amazing. I don't cook very often, but when I do, I try to choose things that are delicious. I don't like boring basic stuff. And this little fun extras, these are always fun. They taste delicious.
I'm gonna scoot that off the heat.
Yeah, we'll slide this over.
Then we'll go back.
Head back over. Now, these are good to go. But if you wanted to dab them a little bit too on the top, just to pull off a little bit more oil. However, it's olive oil. We need good fats. If you didn't know that, you need great fats for things like creating hormones in your body. So a little bit of olive oil definitely isn't going to hurt anybody. Now, the next thing to do is you would just plate it, depending on what you're going to have with it. A light salad's really good, especially like arugula, a little spicy, goes along with this. Chicory, right? Isn't that what that's called? That lettuce that's kind of fine and has crunchy leaves. Is that what it's called?
Chicory?
Is it? Maybe I'm getting it wrong.
I like arugula.
I know, but there's a type of lettuce, right? It's like a little bit, I don't know how to explain it. I'll look it up. But these are really easy. Our little plate. And just show you. Let's see, I'll take this one.
That looks so good.
I know, and it's like the size of a dinner plate. But
Yum.
look at that. And then if I cut,
It's literally a burger.
it's literally a crab burger ready to go. I gotta make sure it's okay.
It's gonna be hot.
Mm-hmm. Light, great meat, great flavor. Oh gosh, wow. Oh, I don't know what I did. I think it was the extra cayenne. I'm down with this. Want to try it?
Yep.
Oh, that's some good flavor.
Is that making a mess?
It's mostly crab and vegetables with just a little bit of breadcrumbs to keep it together. Oh,
It's really good.
this is delicious. So if you like crab cakes, if you've been worried about making them or concerned that it's a little too much, super easy. Very easy to make. The hardest thing was catching the crabs and then cleaning them. So again, if you have store-bought, makes that whole thing. You don't have to worry about it, but it's kind of fun to be able to go out there and get your food and then prep it yourself. Now we just need to grow a garden so that we can have our own vegetables here, but all the deer eat them.
Yep.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed seeing this fun little goofy cooking video of some really, really great and simple crab cakes. If you want the exact recipe, head into the description of this video and you can grab Devin's cookbook. It's on my website and it's digital, so you can download it and you'll have it right there ready to go. He's working on some new ones, some that'll be printed, that'll be coming out probably around the holidays. But yeah, give them a shot. Let us know what you think about them. We love seeing photos and hearing back on what people think about our recipes. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you're not following us, I think what they say over here on this YouTube is smash that subscribe button. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye. Here, you can shut that off and I'm going to keep eating.
Uh-huh.
Did the work.
Did.